Good evening to one and all. Sorry, today we have some heavy rainfall here, so the power is frequently going off. So that's the reason there is a delay in joining the session. Okay, so we will start the session. Okay, so not a worries. So everyone clear till yesterday's session, right? Is my voice is audible to everyone? Yeah. Good evening, Bhaskar. Good evening to one and all. Yeah. Is my voice is audible, right? Yes, okay. So can we have a questionnaire session for 2 to 3 minutes till where we have discussed yesterday? Can you tell me what is meant by exactly Hive? Is Hive is a framework or is a database? Everyone, can you listen my voice, right? Yeah, it's a framework, right? So what is the backend default engine for Hive? What is the default execution engine for Hive? What is the default execution engine? Okay. Yes, Pascal, that is correct. But what is the default? Those are all the engines available. What is the default engine? It's not Yarn, it's MR. Okay, MapReduce, Raj. Okay, it's MapReduce. Done right, everyone? So, what is the Hive default warehouse directory? Whenever we store the data in Hive, where it will be reflecting in HDFS, what is the default warehouse path? Okay, it's user Hive warehouse. Okay, those are all the important things which it will be helpful for clearing your interviews. Okay, so till this we have seen yesterday. So today we will be yesterday I have told you, right, some architecture. So it looks like this, guys. Okay, you can see here driver. So whatever you will be giving the Hive query to the driver only. First, initially the Hive query will be navigating to the driver. So driver will be navigating that query to the compiler. So what compiler will check? Compiler will check whether it is whether the query which you have passed is having any syntax error or not. Okay. So once if the compiler comes to know there is no syntax error, then it will check for the semantic error. Okay. So what is semantic error? Yesterday I told you, right? What is meant by semantic error? In order to do that semantic error analysis, what it need to do? Yesterday I told you, right, what is meant by semantic error? Anyone remember? There is a difference between syntax error and semantic error, I told you, right? So what is meant by semantic? No one knows the answer. So semantic error is nothing but if you don't have any table in your database, if you are trying to search that particular table in your database, then you will be getting the semantic. Yes, it's out of table. Semantic error. So in order to check whether the table is present in the database, whether the table is present in your particular framework, where it need to check? Metastore. Okay, so compiler will check two things. One is the syntax and another one is semantic. For checking the syntax, compiler will take use of it, and for checking the semantic, it will take the help of metastore. Okay, so metastore it will be taking. So once the metastore tells like it's semantically the table is present, then syntax and semantic both are satisfied, then immediately driver will move that particular query to the execution engine. So what is the next step? The execution engine will be moving to the yarn for allocating the resources. Okay, so guys, this will take some time. So this part, complete this part will take some time. Okay, so once the table is once the data is ready, and once the particular task trackers, all those the named the yarn process will allocate the resources, right, then the process will be very fast. So that's the reason even for small amounts of data, entire this process will take some time. So it is taking same amount of data for 20,000 records. Similarly, almost same amount of time for processing the 20,000 records as well as huge millions of records. Okay. Clear, everyone? Understood, right? This is how the Hive architecture looks like. Why I told it? Because the some people may be asking you to explain the Hive architecture, okay, which many of my batch people has faced in interviews. Just explain the Hive architecture. This is how the Hive architecture looks like. Okay. So and coming to this the concepts, okay. So we will move to the important concept, which we will call it as tables in Hive. Okay. What are all the tables in Hive? Okay, so what are all the tables in Hive? We have two tables in Hive. Okay, so one is nothing but the internal table. Okay, second one is nothing but the external table. Okay, so what is meant by internal table means, just I will show you how to, and I will show you now how to create an internal table and how to load the data into the internal table. Okay, so just see it. Okay, did anyone remembered I have explained this internal table and external table in my Spark sessions? Okay, if you don't remember, not a worry. So I will explain you very clearly about this internal table. Okay, so what is meant by internal table? First, I will show you how we will be creating the internal table. Okay, so first I am going to the Hive. Okay, and I'm creating a database. Okay, first I'm creating a database. Create. What is the command? It's create database. Okay, Hive internal. Okay. So now I'm creating an internal table. Okay. So now I'm using this internal data, database which I created. Now I am going to create a table. Okay. So just create a table. Okay. Create table, table name. Okay. Just internal tab. Okay. And just give ID integer. Sorry, ID integer name string. Okay. So row format. This is the syntax. Don't worry about the syntax. You will be understanding in the while going through it. Okay, now my internal table is created. Now guys, I will just tell you how to load the data into the Hive tables. There are two ways of loading the data into the Hive table. First way is nothing but you can load the data from your local. Local in the sense, what is the local? What is the local? Is nothing but edge node. Okay, you can load the data from your edge node. Okay, into your Hive table. Into your Hive table. Second thing I will show you later. Okay, so first thing we will load the data into the Hive table. Okay, so clear, right, everyone? By default Hive is available. What is that, sir? Default Hive is available means I didn't got it. Means in the sense Hive terminal you are telling, sir? Is that Hive terminal you are telling about the Hive terminal? Okay, no, okay, it's not by default, sir. Okay, so the thing is, yeah, in CloudX Lab, yes. The thing is this, I will tell you one more thing. Okay, the first question you will be getting in industry is which distributed system you have used. Okay, so before Cloudera, there are two distributed systems available. Okay, two distributed systems available in market. Okay, mostly. Okay, we have three, but mostly companies will use two. What is that? One is Cloudera. Second is Hortonworks. Okay, what are those? Okay, the thing is like before Cloudera and Hortonworks, if you want to utilize Hadoop, for if you want to make Hadoop system, right, what you need to do, you need to take a CentOS or any Linux or any Ubuntu OS or any CentOS. Okay, and you need to take a plain CentOS. Okay, then you need to create a cluster by combining all the systems. Suppose if you have 5 systems, you need to have, in that 5 systems, you need to have the CentOS, and you need to interconnect those 5 laptops or 5 systems or 5 desktops internally by using their IP addresses. Okay, so once, let us assume your 5 systems are having 1 TB, 1 TB. So totally how much is the available 5 TB of cluster you have formed. Now you have a cluster of 5 TB space. Okay, now in this you won't get any softwares available, it is plain. Then what are all the things you need to do? You need to download MySQL into your CentOS. Okay, into this 5 TB cluster, first thing what you need to do, you need to download MySQL. Then you need to download Scoop. Then you need to download Hive. Then you need to download Spark. Then you need to download Scala. Then you need to download Python. Okay, then you need to download Woozy. Okay, so all those things you need to do. Okay, all those things you need to do before, once you download all these things, then only you can start working on Hive. Okay, but then you can start working on Hive. So this is what happened previously before Cloudera comes into picture. This is Hortonworks, sir. This is Hortonworks. This is Hortonworks. What we are doing in Cloudx Lab is Hortonworks. Hive is available in, it's a default. That's what I'm going to tell you. Okay. So the thing is, once this is what the previous way, before Cloudera and Hortonworks comes into picture, you need to take a CentOS and you need to download all these softwares. Then you need to start using all these frameworks. If you want to use Hive framework, you need to download. But this is a very lengthy process and it will take huge amount of time. So in order to minimize this, Cloudera, okay, the company, okay, so they what they have did, right, they have formed a particular package, and in that package what they did, they have taken a OS and they have downloaded everything into one package, and they will be giving you this Cloudera. So what you need to do, just go to Cloudera and download the Cloudera and install the Cloudera into the system. That's it. So no need to install anything. So what will happen means, it will default in the Cloudera will have MySQL, it will have Scoop, it will have Hive, it will have Spark, Scala, Python, Woozy, PySpark. You can work on PySpark, you can work on Cassandra, you can work on HBase. Everything will be defaultly will be there in these distributed packages. So that's the reason in industries you will see either Cloudera or Hortonworks. If in any interview, if they ask you like which distributed system you are working means, most of the people will be telling Hadoop distributed system, not Hadoop. It's Cloudera or Hortonworks. Okay. So Cloudera will be nothing but, this is the one which we are using in Cloudx Lab is nothing but Hortonworks. Okay. Both look similar. Okay. So in Hortonworks, we will have Ambari, which is nothing but the web UI of all the process I have showed you, I think 2 days back. And Cloudera, we have Cloudera Manager. Okay, where you can see all your services running. It's a kind of dashboard, okay, about all your services. Okay, so this is nothing but Hortonworks. So what will happen once you are using Hortonworks? Okay, it will have every Hadoop distributed environment frameworks. It will have Hive, it will have Spark, it will have Scoop, it will have Cassandra, everything it will have. It's a package, sir. Okay, so it's a package. So that's the reason most of the companies will be. But why I came to know this means, in my previous project we did one POC. In my previous company which I worked for Bank of England, we did a POC on Jenkins. Okay, I hope maybe some of you might have listened about Jenkins. Okay, it's a CI/CD, continuous implementation, continuous deployment. Okay, it's no need of doing any manual thing. Everything it will be automation. So we did a sample project on Jenkins, and we integrated that Jenkins with my Hadoop. Okay, so for that we have asked a plain CentOS, and we have downloaded all these things, and we started using the Hadoop, a Hive or something. So it's a very lengthy process, but this is the old process. But now you have Cloudera and Hortonworks. Simply what you can do, you can take the enterprise version. The companies will take the enterprise version of Cloudera. Okay, they can ask them, we want a 6 node or 8 node, something like that. So they can the Cloudera will be providing you that, and simply you can start using that. That's it. Okay. Yes, Cloudera manager. No, Cloudera manager. It's Cloudera required. If you want to utilize, if you want to use Cloudera in your system, okay. So minimum 8 GB RAM is required. Okay. If you want to download Cloudera into your what you say laptop, right? You require at least 8 GB RAM. Okay, why? Because simple, I told you, right? In order to download all these softwares, how much amount of space is required, right? It's not one, is you have to download, it will work, but the thing is very slow. It will be very slow, and maybe other systems may get hung. Okay, so even 4 GB also good, but the thing is space issue. Okay, sometimes once you start running Hive process or Scoop process, that may struck. Okay, so that's the reason 8 GB is fine, and if you have 16 GB RAM, that will be very good. You can happily use your Cloudera into your machine. Okay, understood, sir, about this distributed system. Okay. So just if you want to use Cloudera, if you have 4 GB also you can use, but the thing is slowness. Okay, it will be very slow. Okay, so this is what about okay Hive. The once you have Cloudera or Hortonworks, Hive will be defaultly installing in your machine. Okay, it will be default. They will be giving the packages by default. Okay, so now what I did, I have created a Hive internal table, and now what I am going to do, I am going to load the data from a just a moment, local. Okay, I can load the data from local to the Hive table. Even I can load the data from HDFS to the Hive table. Okay. So now just see, just take one it is sample file. Okay. So just take a file, sample file. Just take this. Just take this file. Okay. PWD. Okay. So load data local in path. Okay. So just smpl.txt into table. Okay, so this is the command for loading the data from your. So is there virtual labs available with supports Cloudera? No, Bhaskar, it won't be. No virtual labs is available. Only Cloudex Lab is providing this environment. Okay, if you want to make use of Cloudera effectively, then you need to have at least 8 GB RAM. Okay, at least 8 GB RAM so that you can use it very easily. Okay, 4 GB you can use it, but you will have lots of interaction. Okay, means like yeah, some the maximum every for every 2 3 hours, right? For every 2 3 minutes your system will get stuck. Okay, so that's it. Just give enter. Oh, what happened? Load data local into table. Okay, okay. Okay, sorry. Okay, it's not table. Okay, so the thing is I loaded the data into the table, so just give. Okay, so let's start from. Okay. So you can see the data got loaded into my Hive table. This is called as internal table, or we will call it as managed table. How we will come to know whether it is an internal table or managed table means describe formatted table. Suppose if you go to any environment, right? Already the tables will be created. But if you want to know whether it is an internal table or external table created in your environment, so simply you can give describe formatted table name. So just give enter. You can see here. You can see here table type manage table. So manage table is nothing but the internal table. Okay. Yes, sir. If you use 4 GB, it will be very slow. That's what it's maximum. If you have 8 GB RAM, that will be good. Even if you take MacBook, also it will be very fast. Okay, you can start using your thing. Okay, so MacBook also will be very fast. Okay. Okay, so this is what about how we will be knowing whether a table is internal table or external table, just to describe formatted table name. Okay, so what we have did, we have created an internal table, and what we have did, we have loaded the data into the internal table. Okay, so now I told you, right, whenever we create a data in Hive, in how many places the data gets stored? Can anyone answer this? Yesterday I told you, right, if I create a Hive table, in how many places my Hive data will get stored? It's on Okay, so the thing is, it will be stored in the, okay, Hive meta store as well as in the HDFS. Okay, so those are all the places where your Hive data will be getting stored in your machine. Okay, one is in your uh, metadata. This is nothing but the metadata. Okay, the second place is nothing but the HDFS. In HDFS, where it will store? Guys, this is the important question. If you create an internal table, where you will see the reflection in HDFS. Okay, sir, not a problem. Yeah, it's similar. Okay, it's like replication factor and the places where the Hive data will be stored. Yeah. Okay. Since we have been using, so just go to the this particular place where I told you, right? Apps, Hive warehouse. This is the place where your data will get stored in your Hive. Whenever you create a Hive database, whenever you create Hive, whenever you do something in Hive, you will see the reflection in HDFS in that particular path. Okay. So what is that? This is the database. Okay. So .db. Okay. So this is the place where your data will get stored. You can see here your internal table got stored in the HDFS under this path, apps Hive warehouse. Okay, so this is the path where your data will get. So whenever you create a Hive internal table, what will happen means it will get stored in the Hive meta store. Okay, as well as HDFS. Okay, now see what I will be doing. I will just drop my table. Okay, I will just drop my table. Okay, just I will drop it. Drop table. Okay, I just dropped the table. So when I dropped the table, just check whether my data is available in my Hive meta store or not. Okay, semantic exception. So the data from the meta store got deleted. Now see whether the data from the HDFS got deleted or not. Can you see anything? So what will happen whenever you drop an internal table, whenever you drop an internal table, data gets deleted from meta store as well as, okay, HDFS means Hive default warehouse. Okay, default warehouse. Understood, everyone? What is meant by internal table? Clear with this? Whenever you create a Hive table, it will get stored in two places. Whenever you drop an external internal table, then immediately the internal table gets deleted from those two places. Understood, everyone? Okay, so this is what about Hive internal table. Okay, so now we will see about the Hive external table. This is the most important table wherein 90% of the industries will use. Okay, almost all the production tables are external tables. Okay, so what is this? Okay, so what is this external table? Okay, so I told you, right, the what I will do next, just go to the any place. Hello. Yes, yes. Okay, just a moment. I will just show you. Is there any sample? Okay, you can see here. Not here. Just any basic command. Okay, so what I will be doing. So I just go here. System. Okay, you can see here there are. Okay, so two files. Okay, just a moment. Pardon. Okay, You can see here, right? I have a file called sample.txt in HDFS. Now see what I will be doing. Okay, so first I will be creating the table, external table. Okay, so not here. I will be creating a separate database. Okay, anyway I have dropped this table, right? So not a problem. I will create here itself. Okay, so create table, create. While creating the external table, you need to give the keyword called external. Okay, create external table, table name. Okay, you can give the table name ext underscore 10. Okay, and just give two columns. Anyway, I will be, by partitions I will be taking the huge data set and I will be showing you that. Okay, so you can take like this. Okay, so terminated location. Okay, you need to give location. Okay, so just give location where my file is there. Okay, I have my sample.txt in this particular path. Okay, so just give this location. This is nothing but the HDFS location. Okay, see the HDFS location. Okay, so okay, so just give enter. Now the table is created. So guys, just see, I just created a table on top of a directory. Okay, on top of this directory, I have created a table. What is the table? External table. So now just see whether the data got loaded into this table or not. Got it? So what I did, I didn't loaded anything. Just I have created a table on top of a directory. So what will happen? What are all the data present inside this directory will come into the table. So this is nothing but the second way of loading the data into your Hive table. Okay, creating the table on top of a directory. Understood, everyone? Okay, so what I did, I have created an external table on top of a directory. This is very important. Why? Because in entire real time in industry, you will be creating the Hive tables on top of the directories only. Okay, you won't be loading the data like load data, local impact, that and all. You won't be doing in the real time. 95% you won't do. Very rarely you will do that. Okay, this is very important. So I hope everyone understood this. Okay, so just a minute. Yes sir, structure we have already given. Okay, so like you can see here in that external table I have given id and name. So it will go and check in this particular table whether it is satisfying the structure, and if it is satisfying the structure it will load the data into it. Data is present in the HDFS, sir. In this particular directory the data is present. Okay, so under user you can see here. So I just, the data is present in HDFS under this directory external. Okay, so what I did, I created a Hive external table on top of this directory. So whatever the data present in this particular directory, what means what are all the data present in sample.txt will come under this table, will be loaded into the table. Yes sir, CSV file. Yeah, you can take it from CSV file, you can get it from text file, anything sir. File can be anything. So we will be creating the files. The data will be in text or CSV, and on top of that we will be creating the Hive external tables as shown here. Okay, so the thing is, once the data got created, okay, so this is how the data got retrieval. So the thing is, okay, guys, can I ask you one question? Where this table will be saved? I told you, right? Whatever you create in Hive, where it will be storing in two places. One is in Hive Metastore, another one is in Hive default warehouse part. Whether this external table gets stored in apps Hive warehouse or user this place, where your Hive table will be stored. Can anyone answer this question? Everyone understand my question, right? So the thing is, what I told you, whenever I created an internal table, that is stored in Metastore as well as that is stored in the Hive default warehouse. Similarly, if you create an external table, where it will get where it will get stored, it will get stored in the same place where internal table got stored, or it will get stored in this location. Anyone can answer this question? This is the mostly asked interview question. Okay, so whenever you create an Hive external table, that will be whenever you create an external table, that will be stored in the location where you have given while creating the table. While creating the table, which is the location you have given, this is the location. So your external table will be stored in this location, not in user Hive warehouse or apps Hive warehouse. Okay, understood everyone? Yes, exactly. Path given. Wherever the path we have given, that path only the data will get stored. Okay. Now we have created a Hive external table that will be stored in Metastore as well as in this particular position. Okay. Now see it. Now I will drop the external table. Drop table name. I dropped it. Okay. Just see whether my data present in this Metastore or not. Okay. Can see here the data is not present here. Okay, so my in Metastore the data got deleted. So just check in the HDFS whether my data is present in the HDFS or not. Yes, right. So the thing is, your data present in the HDFS won't get deleted if you create an external table. Okay, if you create an external table, the data won't get deleted from your HDFS. Understood everyone? So the thing is, what is the difference between the internal table and external table? Okay, if you create an internal table, that will get, if you drop the internal table, it will be deleted from the Hive Metastore or HDFS. Okay, but if you drop an external table, the data will get deleted from the Hive Metastore, but the data won't get deleted from the HDFS. The data will be stored in the HDFS. Okay, only get data gets deleted from the Hive Metastore only. In the Hive HDFS, the data won't get deleted if you create an external table. That is the reason in most of the cases they will be creating the Hive external tables. Why? Because in case by mistake if in Hive Metastore the data got deleted, they can have the data backup in the external table. Clear? Everyone understood? Okay, understood everyone? So can I ask you a question? So I have created a Hive table. Okay, I have created a Hive external table. I have created a Hive external table, but I didn't give any location. Without giving this, I created a Hive external table where my table will be stored in HDFS. Almost all the product-based interviews, you will get this question. I have created an external table, but I didn't mention any location while creating the table. So where my external table will get stored in HDFS? Metastore, okay. It will store in Metastore. In HDFS, in which path it will store? Any idea? Anyone? Okay, so it will get stored in the Hive default warehouse. Okay, means if you create a external table, if you create an external table and if you don't give location while creating an external table, where it will get stored means Hive default warehouse. What is the Hive default warehouse path? What is the default warehouse path? User Hive warehouse. Okay, this is the this is normally the default warehouse path, so it can be configurable, but whereas in Cloud Xlab, what is it? Apps Hive warehouse. Simple. So whenever you create an external table without giving the location, your Hive external table will be saved in this location. Okay, this one you try it out. Okay, you try it once the session is done. Okay, you try it out. Understood, everyone? Okay. Now, one more use case I will tell you. Try this. Okay. See. under the same database, create a database. Okay, create a database. Okay, this is the use case. Okay, create a database and then create internal table and external table under this same same database. Okay, now, okay, now what you will be doing now, drop the internal table. Okay, okay, drop the internal table. Okay, okay, drop the internal table and see whether external table is present or not. Okay, drop the internal table and see whether external table is present or not. Okay, just try this out. These three steps you try it out. Okay, create a database, create an internal table and external table under the same database, load the data, and then drop the internal table and see whether external table is present or not. Understood, everyone? What is the use case which I am going to tell you? Hive will only comes once you do the practice. That's it. If you don't do the practice, that's it. Once after some days, it will vanish from your brain. Okay, so try to practice this out. All the documents are present in my drive. Okay, understood, everyone? Clear? Any doubts? Let me know. Okay, so this is how you will be creating the Hive internal tables and Hive external tables. Okay, so this is very important. Okay, because you need to know what are the kind of tables what you are doing. Okay, while creating an external table and internal table. And one more thing, let me just check it out whether, just create an internal table. Okay, just create an internal table and try to convert that internal table to the external table. Create internal table, convert internal to external table. This you can do this. You write, this is what the most important which you will do in real time. Okay, we need to use the same, we need to use the command called alter table name. Okay, so just check in the internet. Okay, just check in the browse in the internet. Okay, you can get it. Oh, thank you. Just a moment. Just a moment. Mm, link. Copy the link. Okay. Oh, sorry. Just a moment. Uh, okay, I shared the drive link. Okay, so you can access it. Okay, you can see there are a lot of people in this drive, so you can access it. Okay, so this is nothing but discussion about internal tables and external tables. Okay, understood, everyone? Clear with this concept? Okay, and you can see whenever you are loading the data, what is happening, map reduce will be running in the internal tables. Okay, clear with the explanation, right? So I'm going to tell you the next topic, which is the most important topic in Hive. In real time, everywhere we will use those topics only, nothing but partitions and bucketing. Okay, what is meant by partition and what is meant by bucketing? Most commonly asked interview questions. Or so this is the thing which you are trying in partition. First, we will see what is meant by partitions and what are all the different types of partitions available. Okay, so and we will go to the next topic called bucketing. Okay, okay, so partitions. Just a moment. Just I will open one particular. Okay, so guys, just to see, can you able to see this particular okay diagram, right? So the thing is, what is meant by a partition? Okay, so why we are using the partitions in Hive? The first thing, okay, in Hive, okay, why we are going for Hive? I told you yesterday, right? What is the main reason for going for Hive? The main reason for going for Hive is nothing but in order to handle huge amounts of data. Am I right or wrong? Right? So if you are handling huge amounts of data, so what is the main problem you will be facing it? Yeah, it's a distributed data as well as huge volumes of data. Once it is a distributed environment, so the thing is you will be handling very huge amounts of data. So huge amounts of data means it will be in GBs, right? So almost 20 GB. Even you may have a tables with 20 to 30 GB also. My table which I am working daily, it's almost 25 GB. Okay, so 25 GB means it's crores and crores of data. Okay, so the thing is you are handling such a huge amounts of data. Okay, so good, you loaded all that huge amount of data into the table. But when you give select star from a table, okay, it will take much amount of time, right? Why? Because you are having huge amount of data, right? Anyway, MapReduce will run, but you will get the output, but it will take some time. But if you want to do some processing, what is that kind of processing? Let us take this query. Can anyone see the query? Select, okay, this one which I have, this one, just select sum of country, sum of amount. Okay, sorry, you can see, just sorry, just give only country. Just select country, comma, sum of amount from the table, group by country. Okay, means I want to group the countries and I need to do the sum. Right? Everyone understood? So if you do this, if you want to do this processing on your 20 GB of data or 10 GB of data, okay, will it take time or not? If it takes time, why it is taking time? Can anyone tell me? The thing is, you want to do some processing. What is the kind of processing? Let us take, you can see there is a sample data set which is in the particular screen, right? ID, name, country, amount. The thing is like, okay, so you have, let us assume you have 10 crore records like this. Okay, so the thing is, I want to do this. Select country, sum of amount from table, group by country. So what it will do? First operation it will do. First it will start grouping it. Okay. So guys, again and again I'm telling, grouping is the most worst thing in SQL. It will take huge amounts of time. Okay. So until if it is necessary, you don't go for group by mainly in Hive. Okay, yes sir, we need to reshuffle it, we need to create group by, means if for doing the group by, shuffling operations takes place, it will take time. So once the shuffling is done, then some operation will takes place. Okay, so unnecessary operations and huge amount of time will take for doing this process. Okay, so that's the main thing. If you have 20 GB of data, the thing is what will happen? First it need to group the countries which are having, you need to group the records which are having US records. So from 1 to 20 crore record, it will keep on searching. Okay, what are all the US records? It will take and it will group it. Then it will start searching from for UK records. What are all the UK records? Again, it will take all the UK records from one. It will start searching UK records from first to 20 crore records, and again it will group the all the UK records. Okay, so you can see every time the data will be shuffling from 1 to 20,000. Okay, so that will happen for how many number of different countries are there, that many times it will start searching from 1 to the last record. Okay, so it will take huge amount of time. Understood everyone? So the thing is, map reduce job will run again and again. Okay, map reduce job will run again and again. So the thing is, a particular concept has been introduced in such a way, like in order to reduce the time taken for processing the data. What is that? Okay, what is that idea of that is, just I will show you. Okay, just a moment. You can see here, you can see this. What is the plan is, all the US records, they made it as one partition. All the UK records, they similarly, like what they did, they have created a folder called US, and they placed all the US records into that folder. They created a folder called UK, and they placed all the UK records into this folder. Similarly, they created a Canada folder, and they placed all the Canada records. Like Germany, they placed all the German records. Okay, so this creating a individual directories or individual folders for a particular column is called as partition. Okay, so what is the use of this? Okay, the thing is, so you created for US, you created for UK, and you created for Canada, right? So the thing is, if you give group by, or if you give where country equal to US, it won't start searching from 1 to 20 crore. It will directly go to the UK folder, and from that it will group it, and it will get the word output. So no need to search from 1 to 20 crore records. Okay, it will directly, the map engine, the map reduce engine will straight away go to the UK folder, and it will take all the data from it, it will group it, and it will give you the output. Okay, so it won't start searching from 1 to 20 crore records. Understood? So again, if you give select start from the select sum of country group by select sum of country where country equal to UK something. So what will happen? It won't start searching from 1 to 20,000. It will directly go to the UK folder, and it will go inside the UK folder. It will sum all the data, and it will give you the output. So this will act very fast when compared to the previous operation. Yes, sir. Yeah. In general, yeah, we will have many fields and many group by. So that's the reason. The thing is, once you create partitions, even if you apply group by also, the operations will be very fast. Why? Because for every column type, for every column value, you will be creating a partition. Okay. So that's how you need to reduce the time taken for processing your data. And this we will call it as performance optimization techniques in Hive. So what is the important performance optimized techniques in Hive? Is nothing but partitions and bucketing. Okay. So that's the reason, whichever question, I think for maybe for people who are going for interviews, right? If you ask anyone who is working in big data, or who is working in who started their career in big data, for every interview they will be facing this question. What is the difference between partition and bucketing? Why? Because they will be using only these partitions and bucketing in real time. Understood, everyone? Clear? Okay. No, sir. For every field, we won't be creating. For on what basis we will do the partition means, we need to create a partition on a column, okay, which is low cardinality. Okay, low cardinality means less changes in the field. In the sense, you need to select a column which is having highly repetitive values. Okay, so what will happen, that particular suppose let us take a country is having the most repetitive values. US will have some okay, US will have some 1 crore records, UK will have some 4 crore records, like that. Okay, so we need to choose the partition column as the low cardinal column, means less number of changes. Okay, so the thing is, suppose if you create a partition on ID, what will happen? ID will be having repetitive, no, it won't have any repetitive values. Every ID will be having a different value. So there is no use of creating partition for that. So you need to create partition on low cardinal columns. Then what will happen? The bulk of data will go under one directory, and for grouping and for searching, it is very easy. Exactly, sir. Yeah. So ratio of distinct values to actual records matters. Okay. So that's the thing. So the thing is, but in real time, we will never use country, location, all those things. In real time, we will do partition only on date column. Date column. Okay, because every date you will be getting minimum 30,000 to 40,000, 50,000 records. So what will happen? So automatically a partition will be created on the table. So whenever the time 12 o'clock comes, suppose today what is the time? You have some November 30th, right? So November 14 comes, means 12 o'clock. Okay, what will happen? Immediately a folder will be created, and all the data will be loaded inside that folder. And again 15, again one folder will be created, and all the data will be loaded inside that 15th folder. In the sense, all the columns which is coming on 15th November will go and sit inside that folder. Okay, so you can start doing the processing everything very easily. This is completely an automated process. Okay, every project you will be creating dynamic, you will be creating partitions only on date columns. Okay, mostly you will be creating on date columns. Understood, everyone? So yes, sir. Yeah, query activity also we can operate. Yes. Okay, so these are all the things, like how you will be choosing the partition column is based upon the highly repetitive column you need to take it. Okay, don't choose the column which is having less repetitive values. So the problem is you won't get any performance optimization. Okay, so you need to choose the column which is having high optimization, so means high repetitive values. So once you create it, then then the thing is your data will get processed very easily, and your map reduce job won't run again and again. Okay, that's the main usage of creating the partitions. Okay, so we have two kinds of partitions. One is static partition and another one is dynamic partition. Okay, but in real time we will only use dynamic partition. Even we will see what is meant by static and dynamic partitions. Okay, so this is the what you say technique, this is the ideology behind partitions. Okay, so simply partition will create folders. Okay, so partition will create folders. Okay, so let us take country. In country you have how many different countries are there? US, UK, Canada, Australia, 5 countries, right? Germany. So how many folders will get created, guys, if you create a partition on this country column? How many folders will get created? If I have 5 different countries, how many columns will get created? How many partitions will get created? It's simply 5 columns, right? Yes, exactly. So five partition folders will get created, and all the data belonging to US will go to the US folder. Canada will go to Canada. German will go to German. So like this. Okay. So once the data goes inside it, okay, immediately the processing will start. Okay. So this is the mostly important okay topic which you need to do it. Okay, understood, everyone? Clear? I hope it is clear to everyone. Okay, so the thing is, this is what about okay, all the partitions. What is meant by a partition? Why we are going for partitions? Okay, so what the simple is, partition will create the folders. Okay, and suppose you have a data. Suppose you have a what do you say, like data set. Okay, the data set, let us see, let us take this particular data set, id, name, country, amount. But in this particular data set, right, you don't have any field, you don't have any column which is repetitive. Okay, let us take, don't let's see, just take out country from here. Okay, we have only 3 columns, id, name, amount. Okay, we have only 3 columns. Okay, so what will happen, guys, in this situation? What will happen? I have only id, name and amount. We don't have country. So, and we have 20 crore records. So if you want to do the performance optimization, if you choose partition, right, what will happen? You won't get any performance optimization. Why? Because there is no column which is having repetitive values. So the thing is, even if you create partition also, you won't get any optimization. In that case, we will go for bucketing. Okay, in that case we will go for bucketing. Understood, everyone? So why we will go for bucketing? The thing is, like, whenever you have a data set which is not having any repetitive values, then you need to choose bucketing. Okay, so bucketing will be done on only high cardinal columns. Okay, understood, everyone? So it must have less repetitive values, so that bucketing will be very easy. Anyway, we will see that later. We will see what is meant by partitions. Okay, so understood what is the reason why we are going for partitions, everyone? Okay, because creating a partition table, that and all, anyone can tell, anyone can, you can able to do it. But what is the reason we are going for partition? You need to know that. Okay, so but the thing is, like, it is very easy. If you see in any internet also, you will get the queries. Okay, but the thing is, why we are going for partitions is nothing but you need to do this. Okay, clear with the explanation, everyone? Okay. Okay, so this is what about partitions, guys. Okay, now we will see how we will be creating the partitions. Okay, how the partitions will operate. Okay, so if we have two types of partitions. One is static partition and another one is dynamic partition. So what is meant by static partition? Okay, the static partition, in the sense, suppose let us take this particular data set. Okay, you have US, UK, Australia, Canada, Germany, right? So static partition in the sense, okay, you need to specify the country name. Let us take, if you tell country equal to US, only US will be partitioned. Only US values will be partitioned. Rest of the values will remain same. And you need to, suppose if you want to do for Canada, you need to mention where country equal to Canada. Then Canada will be partitioned. Okay, you need to explicitly mention which kind of value you need to get partitioned. Okay, so that is called static partition. What is dynamic partition? No need to mention explicitly. Directly just give. Okay, dynamic partition, there is one property, you need to give that property. Immediately what will happen? That particular dynamic partition, you need to give the particular what is a column name. So immediately map reduce will go to it. Immediately it will take the different values inside it, and it will create a partitions for individual values. Yes, condition based. Condition, yeah, exactly. It's a condition based is nothing but static. And if you don't give condition, dynamically the partitions will happen. That is called as dynamic. Exactly, sir. It's condition based. Okay. Understood, everyone. So I will just show you how we will be doing the partitions. Okay. Okay. So the thing is like first I will be creating a separate folder. Okay. Hmm. Okay. So just I'm going to Hive, and next I'm going to create a directory. Okay. This will only have partitions. Okay. Create database, use this particular one. Okay. Use this database. Okay, now what I'm going to do, guys, so what are all the steps for creating a partition? Means first step, you need to create a parent table. Create a parent table. Okay, or base table. Okay, so then you need to load the data into the parent table. Load the data into the parent table. Okay, then what you need to do, you need to create a partition table. Partition table. Now fourth thing, once the partition table is created, you need to insert the data into the partition table from parent table. Okay, these are all the four steps which we need to do, guys. Understood, everyone? These are all the four steps which we need to do while creating the tables. Okay. So first step, you need to create the parent table, then load the data into the parent table. Then you need to create a partition table. Then you need to insert the data into the partition table from the parent table based on static, or if you are inserting the data into a static into partition table, if belonging to static partition, then you will have one syntax. If you are inserting the data into the part table on dynamic partition, then you will have one more syntax. Anyway, we will see both of that. Okay, so this is what the steps you need to follow. So first thing, we need to create the parent table. Okay, so this is what the parent table first thing, guys. And what is the data set which I am going to take is, okay, just go 30. Okay, just this is the one, taxation records. This particular data set is there in the drive. Okay, you can move that data set into your cluster using WinSCP, and you can start processing your data, guys. Anyone know how to move the data from desktop to your Windows to your cluster? I guess I have showed you, or It's almost similar, sir. DBMS, I mean, what you say, database management system, partitions and Hive partitions, almost similar. But the thing is, we won't be using, like, suppose we won't be using much amount of partitions on our DBMS. Why? Because we are handling small amounts of data. Okay, and that too, the thing is, it is not a distributed data. Okay, it's not a distributed data, and we are not working on a distributed environment. But in Hive, right, we are working on a distributed environment. Okay, and the main thing, DBMS works on database and Hive works on file system. So that's the main difference, sir. So it's almost similar, sir, how we will create partition in DBMS, but we won't create more. Why? Because we are handling only small amounts of data. That's the reason we won't be creating in DBMS. And the thing is, even if you create the partitions in DBMS, and without that also, you won't be having much difference. But in Hive, since we are working on a file system and we are working on a distributed environment, since we are handling huge and millions amounts of data, right? Then here partition will comes into the picture. Okay. Okay, sir. So that's what the difference between DBMS and Hive partition. Got it, sir? Understood, right, sir? Any if you have any doubts, then please. Okay. So and everyone, guys, because please respond back. If you don't know how to move the data from your desktop to the cluster, then even if I have the file, also there is no use. Okay. You know, most of the people know, right, how to use WinSCP, or you want me to show that? If you want me to show that, I will show you. That's only at 1 minute, 2 minutes of time. Okay. Okay, so just go through the just download WinSCP. Okay, so just download WinSCP. It will be looking like this. Okay, so just a moment, I will just show you, guys. This is very important. Okay, so WinSCP. I think most of the people knows this. You can see here WinSCP. Just click on this. Okay, you will be getting like this. Okay, you will be getting like this. The thing is like here you will be getting your workspaces. This is my CloudX lab. Okay, and just click on login. Okay, so just click on login. Okay, so the thing is, you will be it will be asking the password. Okay, FQU041PV. Okay, what you will be doing, from in my drive you have taxation file, so just download from the drive and keep it in your desktop. Okay, so once you keep in your desktop, okay, just do the WinSCP. So this is nothing but your desktop, and this is nothing but the CloudX lab environment home. You can see local environment. Okay, so just go to here, you can see, I think just to see, you can see here taxation. Okay, just what you will be doing, just drag and drop. Just a moment. Just okay, you can just drag and drop. Okay, anyway, I have this file, so the thing is, you won't do. So once you drag and drop, that will be moved to your home and that particular lab environment. Okay, so once you do this, just log into it and just give ls-lrt. You can see taxation in your local environment. Understood. So this is the use of WinSCP. Okay, so this is used to move the files from desktop to your Linux environment. Okay, so this is what the taxation records. Okay, so this is what the taxation records. So this is there in this path. So I am using this path just to see what are all the data present here. Just I am seeing only top 10. Okay, just to see. Just a moment. You can see here top 10 records. So this is how the data looks like. Okay, this is how the data looks like. We have only data. So what I'm going to do, I will create a structure. Means I will create a fields, and I will be inserting this particular data into my Hive table. Okay, so just if you want to see how many lines are there, just give word count -l. You can see how many records are there. 95,904 records are there. Okay, so I am going to load all these records into my Hive table. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a parent table. Okay, understood everyone? I'm going to create the parent table. Okay, so what is the parent table name? Taxation records. Okay, I'm creating a table with this schema. Okay, which is matching my data set, just give enter. So my table is created. Okay, my table is created. Now, in order to load the data, what is the command I need to use? In order to load the data into this table, okay, which is present, and I am loading the data from a file, right? So what is the command I need to use? I told you, right? Load data local in path. Okay, though that is the particular command you need to use for loading the data into your, just like give links txns into table, table name. You can see here the data got loaded. Just see whether select start from limit. If you give limit, you will get only top 10 values. Okay, so the data got loaded into my table. Okay, the data got loaded into my table. So now see, give this. So don't do count stuff, it will take time. Okay, so now what I did, first two steps I have completed. One, I have created my parent table or base table, then I have loaded my data into this parent table. Now my parent table is ready with the data, huge amount of data. So now what I am going to do, I am going to create a partition table. Okay, so what is the partition I am going to do? Static partition. Okay, so I won't do dynamic partition. First I will be creating the static partition. Okay, so this is how I will be doing the static partition. So this is not the thing. Static insert. Okay. So just a minute. So I will just copy it. Then I will explain you the syntax. Okay. Just a minute. And by using static partition, we have two types. One is load and another one is intact. Means once you create the static partition table, in how many ways you can load the data into the static partition table? Two ways you can load the data into the static partition table. One is load and another one is insert. But load is failure concept. Okay, no one will load the data into the static partition table using load command. Okay, so they will use only insert command. Okay, so that's the reason I'm only telling you insert. So what is the syntax? Create table, table name. Okay, and you can see here the, and one more thing what you need to know, the column which we are going to partition must be there outside the syntax. It must not be present inside the syntax. You can see what is the column which I'm going to partition? Category. Okay, so that column I am keeping outside the schema. That is very, very important. Don't keep inside the schema. You need to keep that column outside the schema, and rest of the remains same. And what is the keyword you need to do while creating the partition? Partitioned by. Okay, just you need to use partitioned by. Just create enter. So my static partition table is ready. Okay, so first step, I created the base table, that is ready, and then I loaded the data into the base table. Second step is done. Third step, I have created the partition table. Okay, so by following the syntax of a partition table, then what is the fourth step? We need to insert the data into the partition table. Okay, so this is how you need to do. Okay, so what I'm going to do, insert into table, table name, and here you need to give partition. What is the partitioned column? Category. So since this is the static, I told we need to use the condition, where condition. So for games I want to do the category. So category equal to games, and you can see select a taxation number, taxation date, everything, and in the end where category equal to games. Guys, this and this must be matching. Okay, giving category equal to games and giving category equal to some other value will create a partition, but the values won't be as same as that. Okay, the thing is you will get the wrong values into your partition table. So this is the thing you need to follow it. Okay, understood? This is the way for creating the inserting the data into the static partition table. Okay, using insert. You need to give where condition, category equal to games. Understood, everyone? Okay. Now just give enter. Now I'm going to insert the data into the static partition table. You can see my data got inserted into the static partition table. Sir, is that fine? Like any delay between my network and yours network? Like, are you seeing any delay? Why? Because everything can see my screen, right? Oh, no. Sohail can see. Sir, can rest of the people can tell me whether they are able to see my screen or not? Because Satyamurthy sir is facing some issue. Okay. Okay. So there may be some network lagging from your side, I guess, sir. Okay. So, yeah. So this is how, okay. So this is how now what I did. I have created, I have inserted the data into my static partition table. Okay. So how to see whether a partition has been created here? So what I told you, whenever you create a data in Hive, where you will see the reflection in Hive default warehouse directory. Okay. So just go to here, just go to this path and see. Okay. Okay. Just give Hadoop EFS-ls apps Hive warehouse. Okay, db. You can see here. So, just a moment. Sorry, just a moment. Guys. Okay, sorry. Okay, so just a sorry. It's just a office phone call. Okay. Okay. So you can see here my static partition table got created in my HDFS. Okay. Now just see. You can see here. I have a category with games folder has been created. Okay. Just see cat. Okay, hyphen cat. Just give ls. Okay. Just give comma. So guys, you can see here what I have did. First thing, I have created a database. So that got created in HDFS. Second thing, I have created a static partition table. So a static partition folder has been created. Then I have did the static partition with games column. So what happened? Static category with games folder has been created, and inside that you have a file. Now see what is there in that file. Means what are all the data related to the games will go under this file. Hadoop DFS -cat, just give this. Okay, so the data which belongs to the games, all the data which is related to the games will go under this folder. Understood, everyone? Okay, So only one partition only created. Why? Because this is a static partition. Okay, this is a static partition. Understood, everyone? Clear? So just a moment, I will try to create one more static partition. Okay, dancing. Okay, just to see, I will create for dancing. Okay, okay. So just to see here, guys, everyone understood, right? Any questions? Sorry, just okay, no problem, sir. I thought like some other different question. Okay, so typing means I thought like my any sometimes the screen lag will be there. So that's the thing I thought. Okay. So guys, everyone understood how to create a static partition, how to load the data into the static partition table. Okay, clear, right, everyone? So means I will go to the next topic. Okay. So now what I am going to do, I just want to create one more partition, one more partitioned folder with dancing. So all the dancing records will go under this folder. Okay, dancing. Just do dancing here. Yes, sir. Manually, we need to create. Yes, Sohail. Manually, we need to create the partition separately. This is called static partition. Okay, this is called static partition. Anyway, I will show you the dynamic partition. So what will happen in dynamic partition? You won't be giving any condition. Just you will be giving the category, means the column name. Automatically, the partition will happen. So I will show you that. Okay, I will show you that. Okay, so now what I did, I have created the another folder with, you can see here, just go here, just go to here. You can see here one more folder will get created. Sorry. Can everyone see this? What is there here? You can see before I have given in where condition games. So where category is, so category equal to games folder is created. Now you can see here, I am going to create a dancing category. Okay, so for dancing also your category has been created. Understood, everyone? Clear? Okay, so this is how you need to create the partitions. Okay, only static partition. Okay, we have seen only static partition. Okay, so I hope this is clear to everyone. So can I move to the next partition? Means which is the important thing which we will use in the real time. Okay. Okay, so thank you. Okay, so this is what we did. Just a moment. Just a moment. Okay, so this is what about static partition. So you can try creating this, and this entire workout document is present in the drive. Okay, so simply copy it and paste it and try it again. Okay, so you can able to see how the partition works. Okay, so this is very important. If you choose your path in big data, Hive will plays a major role, right? So in Hive, if you know partitions, more than 50% of your work will get done. Okay, why? Because every day we will be working only on partitions. Okay, so now we have did the static partition is done. Now what we are going to do, I am going to do the dynamic partition. Okay, so what we have already did, we have already created the base table and we have loaded the data. Okay, so the thing is now I am going to create the dynamic partition table. So dynamic partition table also looks same to the static partition table, but the only difference comes while inserting the data. Okay, just a moment, I will show you. Okay, so yeah, this is what the dynamic partition. this. Okay, so create table name. Okay, same thing, and I am partition by category. Okay, so I'm creating a dynamic partition table. So first step and second step is already done. I have created the base table and I loaded the data into the base table. Third step, I have created a dynamic partition table. Okay, I'm creating dynamic partition table. Okay, just give enter. Now the third step is also done. Then what is the fourth step? I need to insert the data into this dynamic partition table using insert. Okay, using insert. So clear, anyone under anyone doubts? Okay. Insert, yes, exactly. Okay, so just to see this, this is you can see this query is very simple. Okay, the thing is insert into table name. Just you need to give category, no need to give any condition. You need to mention only the column name. So Hive itself dynamically it will take the different column value and it will create a partition. And but the only thing you need to mention, the thing which is there in the brackets in partition will be same as that of the last value in the select statement. You can see here, select taxation number, taxation rate. In the last, you're giving the category. Why? Because the partitioned column you need to give in the last in select statement. Okay. Suppose instead of category, if you give spend by, what will happen means the partition will be created with wrong values. Okay, so what you need to do in why that's the reason in interviews they will be asking us to write the syntax for dynamic partition. Okay, why? Because they will be seeing whether the thing which I'm keeping in the brackets is similar to the thing which I'm keeping in the end of the select statement. Both must be one and same. Understood, everyone? Clear? Okay, so this is how, but will this work? No. Why? Because I told you, right? You need to set a dynamic partition property. Okay, dot mode equal to non-strict. Okay, so this is the property you need to set for in order to make your dynamic partition to work. Okay, so this is the must and should property. This property also you will be getting in interviews. They will be asking you to tell what is the property we will be setting for creating the dynamic partition. Okay, so this is how, just give enter. That's it. You can see here now dynamic partition is running, but it will take some time when compared to the static partition. Why? Because it need to take the each and every partition and you need to do the partitions, right? So it will take some time. You can see here, it is creating partition for every folder, loading partition for dancing, loading partition for outdoor, loading partition for combat sports, loading partition for jumping. You can see here. Understood? And you can see once the loading once the partition is getting created, then it is loading the data. So what is the thing? You can see here all the what you say, like what are all the so in category games, how many records it is inserted? 6,946 records is inserted. For category equal to gymnastics, 6,267 records has been inserted into the category folder. Okay, so the thing is what happened, I have created the dynamic partition. I didn't give any where condition. Automatically it has taken the different values and it have created the partitions. Okay, understood, everyone, guys? Clear? Yes, it will create so many folders, different number of values. Okay, if you have 10 different categories, then it will create 10 folders. Okay, so just simply you can see here. Okay, so JNDUK partitions, you can see here dynamic partition folder is created. Okay, so just give Hadoop -ls. You can see here different folders has been created in HDFS. So there tables will be created, here folders will be created. Okay, so inside airsports, what will happen? The data which is belonging to the airports category will go under this folder. The data which is belonging to the dancing category will go under this folder. Games category will go under this folder, like that. Understood, guys? Everyone, how to do the dynamic partition? Everyone understood? Okay, so just try it out. Okay, so the thing is always you will be working on only dynamic partition. Okay, so and dynamic partition will be done on date column. So automatically it is an automated process. Every day at 12 o'clock immediately a folder will be created with the date. Okay, like maybe November 13, November 14, like that, and the data will go inside that folder. Understood? Fine with everyone? Clear? Any doubts? Any questions? Let me know. Okay. So this is all about partitions. Okay. But for creating the dynamic partition, what you need to do? You need to set the property. What is that property? Set hive dot mode dot dynamic partition equal to non-strict. That is the property you need to set before creating the dynamic partition. Okay. So once that is set, immediately a folders will be created and the data will be loaded inside the folders. Clear with everyone? Okay. Can I move to bucketing? Understood everyone? Okay, so this is the mostly used optimization technique in big data. Okay, so in big data they will be using Hive for processing your data by creating the partitions. Okay, so this is what you will be doing in partitions, and the next most important thing we will be doing is nothing but bucketing. Okay, so what we are going to do, we are going to do bucketing. Okay, so you can see this is nothing but partition, and simply partition will create the folders and bucketing will create the files. Understood everyone? Okay, so just to see here, just see. Okay, you can see this. Okay, you can see this table. So ID, name and amount. Okay, but you can see there are different values 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Every name is different, ID is different, amount is different. There is not a single value which is repeating. Okay, so in this case, if you do partition, what will happen? If you do partition, what will happen? For every different value, it will create a different folder, right? So no use, because it won't fetch any performance optimization for you. But if you, in this case, how you will do the optimization means you will do the optimization by using bucketing. Okay, so bucketing follows modulo. Okay, so what is the technique which we will use in bucketing? Nothing but modulo. Bucketing, it is only used at the time of doing the performance optimization if you don't have a repetitive values in your columns. Okay, so what bucketing will do? Bucketing uses modulo. What is modulo? Okay, simply nothing but, so just take first record. Okay, one. So just I have chosen two buckets. So what will happen? Percentile 2. So 1 modulo 2, what will happen? What is the remainder? 1. Okay, so it will go to the second value, second modulo 2. What is the remainder? 2 divided by 2? 0. Okay. So 3 modulo 2. It will go to the third record. So what is the output? Again, remainder is 1. And 4 modulo 2. The remainder is 0. So what will happen? The records belong to one remainder will go to bucket 1. And the records with 0 remainder will go to bucket 2. Okay. This will go to bucket 1. Again. This will go to bucket 2. This will go to bucket 2. Okay, so two files will be created. If you choose two buckets, two files will be created. Okay, and 1357 will go to file 1 and 246 will go to file 2. Even will go to one file, odd will go to one file. Suppose if you choose three buckets, what will happen? Okay, remainder with 1 will go to file 1, remainder with 2 will go to file 2, remainder with 0 will go to file 3. So three files will be created if you do the bucketing with three buckets. Okay, so bucketing follows modulo. Understood everyone? Bucketing follows modulo. Okay, so partition will create the folders and bucketing will create the files. Okay, understood guys? Any, how to say, like confusion in bucketing? Clear? Once you do the practice of partition, you will be clear with that. Similarly, once you do the practice with the bucketing, right, you will be done with the bucketing. Okay, so bucketing is nothing but creating buckets, means in the form of files, and storing the data based on the modulo principle. Okay, I hope the explanation is clear. Okay, so suppose if you have 10,000 records, depending upon the number of buckets, depending upon the reminders that will be going to the each file. Okay, so choosing the number of buckets I will tell you later. Okay, choosing the number of buckets is nothing but it's a kind of trial and error. Okay, yeah, modulo based on some column, mainly it will go for primary what do you say, primary key column ID. Mostly they will take ID. And even you can do the bucketing on string column also. Okay, you can do the bucketing on string column, and if you do the bucketing on string column, which is the technique it will be used, is nothing but hash algorithm. I think some of you people might have known about hash algorithm. What is nothing but hash algorithm in the sense? Okay, key is equal to value. Yes, exactly. Okay, so hash algorithm means, suppose a name Mithun is there. So what will happen? It will, this particular Hive will send this to the hash algorithm. So it will be creating one value, something like that, 5678. Okay. So now it will be divided by number of buckets. So I have chosen two buckets, not two. So since we have even number in the last, you will be getting the remainder 0. So this particular Midun will go to the 0 file. I have some other name called Aditya. Okay, so when I have given this name as an input to hash algorithm, I have got this a random value. So since I have chosen two buckets, what will happen? It will give one reminder. Okay, so that will go to another bucket. Okay, bucket 2, and this will go to bucket 1. Okay, even you can do the bucketing on string column also. Understood, everyone? Even you can do the bucketing on string column also. Even you can do the bucketing on date column also. Okay. So any column you can use, but mostly we will do the bucketing on primary key column. We will do the bucketing on primary key column. Clear, everyone? Understood? Okay. Yes, so here it is a key. Normally you will do the bucketing only on a primary key values. Okay, like 1, 2, 3, 4. You will be having repeated different values, right? Those column you will do for bucketing. But normally in real time we will do bucketing and partition on the same table. After doing the partition also, if it is taking more time, then you will do the then you will do the bucketing. Anyway, I will show you how to do the partition and bucketing on the same column. Okay, sorry, same table. Understood, everyone? How the bucketing works, when we will go for bucketing, and on which technique bucketing will be done in Hive. Okay, so bucketing will be done based on the modulo. Okay, understood, clear? So just see here, and bucketing workflows. Okay. So for doing the bucketing, you need to set a property called enforce.bucketing equal to true. Okay, this is the bucketing property you need to set. Okay, this is the bucketing property you need to set for doing the bucketing. Okay, so now I will be creating a bucketing table. Okay, so already I have created the base table. So this is all the same thing. Okay, so the base table will be created, on base table will be created, and the data will be loaded on the base table. And once the data is loaded on the base table, then you will be creating the bucketing table. Then you will be inserting the data into the bucketing table. Okay, so this is how it will do. Just a moment. Okay, so I won't be creating, just remove this location. Just a moment. Okay, just I will show you how the bucketing works. Okay, and then if time is there, I will be showing you how to do the bucketing and partition on the same column, same table. Okay, so sorry, it's not copied. Okay, I will just show you the. Okay, so anyone, any doubts? Okay, so here while creating the partition, what is the syntax you need to for partitioned by? But for creating the buckets, you need to use clustered by. Okay, clustered by that particular column into number of buckets. Since you have chosen two buckets, hence I have taken two buckets. Okay, and the column which I am choosing as a bucketing column can be present inside the schema. Okay, so it will be there in the schema as well as outside the schema. Understood, everyone? Create table name and everything, and you can, in the end I have given clustered by into buckets, and just have, and the rest of the things remain same. So I have created the bucketing table. Now see, I will be loading the data into the bucketing table. Okay, got struck. Okay. Got struck. Uh, moment. Change partitions. Okay, not a problem. I have noted this. Okay, I think the Hive database got struck. Okay, not a problem. We will just load it again. Okay, just go to Hive. Okay, so this is the database which we have used, and show tables. So you can see here, this is the base table, this is the bucket table which you have created, this is the static partition table, and this is the dynamic partition table. Okay, so this is what insert. Okay, so just just to see this, just I'm inserting the data into the table. Okay, but it won't read. Why? Because the thing is we didn't set the property. Okay, this is the property you need to set. Okay, just a moment. So this is insert into give the shit. Okay, you can see the job is running. Okay, so the bucketing table is loaded with the data. Okay, so now the bucketing table is loaded with the data. So if you want to see what I told you, partition will create the folders, and bucketing will create the files. So just give enter. Okay, just give go to bucketing. So Hadoop dfs-ls, just to see only files will be created. You can see here two files. Why two files, guys? I have created two buckets. I have used two buckets. That's the reason I have got two files. That's it. Understood, everyone? Clear how the bucketing is done? Partition, obviously partition, Sohel. So partition will give the better results. Okay. So once after doing the partition also, if you are unable to get the good optimization, then you can go for bucketing. That's it. That's how the real-time scenario comes. Clear, everyone? Understood? So guys, everyone understood this partition, bucketing, internal table, external table, right? Today almost we covered 80% of Hive. Okay, only thing is remaining asset properties and how you do the updates and deletes in Hive. That is the only thing which is remaining, and certain properties which I will be completing in the next class. So that, and then we will start HBase. So once HBase is done, then I will be telling you a project which involves Spark, HBase, Hive, Hadoop. Okay, I will be telling a project which will be linking to all these frameworks. Okay, that's the reason I will be covering Hive, HBase, and Spark. Already Spark is covered, and we are going to cover HBase and the Hive, so that we will have a project, so you will be getting a clear understanding how the project work flows in the real-time industry. Clear, everyone? Fine with the session, right, today? I hope everything is fine. Any doubts, you just ping me back, or you can mail me. Okay, just try to practice this, guys. Once you do the practice only, you will be having the output. I don't think we have session tomorrow, Sohel. Maybe I think on next week we will be having the session. Okay, so that's it from today. Okay, so just practice it. I already, all the files are present in the Google Drive. Okay, take the files, just copy it, practice it from your end, and so that you will be very good with partitions and bucketing. Okay, uh, any doubts? Yeah, You're welcome, Sohail. Not a problem. Okay. Any doubts? Anyone? Sirs, any doubts? Let me know. Yes, sir. Tomorrow is no session is there. Okay. So everyone, happy Diwali. Okay. So be safe. Okay. So have a wonderful festival and be safe with the crackers. And we will meet you in the next week. Okay. So happy Diwali, sir. Happy to everyone. Yeah. Okay, guys, then take care. Okay, yeah, sir, I have shared the materials in that link, sir. You can share that. Okay, if you don't find, just let me know. I will do that. Okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day. Bye.